Look, we've got to dive into the fan art stuff.
We're behind already.
Okay, here we go. We're jumping into the fan art review.
Yep.
First one was submitted by Juanson, by Lon Sheep. I miss Lon Sheep, don't you? And this is presumably Maggie at the end of Arc 8. I fucking love this. Like, I think was something like Lon Sheep, not just the stroke style.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Okay. Not just the line style for Lon Sheep, but the way Lon Sheep uses color is so good.
The way your eyes, like, you obviously start kind of center frame,
Yeah.
see Mags, and you're immediately drawn downwards to the abyss.
And you can just
So
see the
perfect.
glow coming
I know,
off the
it's
chains. Like, yeah. If I recall, all of the Lon Sheep Pact arc was commissioned by Agenda Gorgon. Well, good job, Agenda
Perfect,
Gorgon.
Yeah, thank you for the info, Kingslayer. Which is, I guess, the evolution of Kingslayer. On diffmedia.com. Check it out.
This next one was submitted by Kipos, who I believe commissioned this from GPS Device on Twitter. It's a good green eyes.
If the previous one was Mags, not Maggie. You said Maggie, and you fucked it.
Oh, I did too. Whoops, my bad. Forsworn, yeah, good call.
Forsworn.
Good call, Kipos. Well, it's just
Appealing.
Red Bull, right? Like I already got
just a
some.
cup of Red Bull.
I'll catch up the drink later. Yeah, I mean, I really like this. Green Eyes' tail in this is a lot longer than I pictured, but in saying that, I don't like. I think I took the Little Mermaid and like anglerfished it.
Whoa, wait. So Kipos is giving us a little fact here saying the white on the water is actually white out. So this physical art was done with some really
Yeah, well, I think
actual white art,
Kipos
which is
showed
fucking
us on
awesome.
Discord. Didn't you get like a big print of this like just last week or something, or earlier this week, depending on where you think the end of the week is? But let's not have that debate right now.
Does Kipos think the end of the week is on a different day to the rest?
I don't know. I think maybe I do. I don't.
Kipos, what day is the end of the week? Tell us in stream now. Anyway, I love
Yeah.
this art. It's beautiful. And
Yeah, no.
obviously Green Eyes is my favorite character for fan art because she can go in so many interesting ways.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I like that it's actually white in this as well. I think there's a feel. You feel the need to actually color her, which isn't right.
Okay, people are saying Sunday or Saturday. Who would say Saturday? Can you, honestly?
Make sure you check my donation and refill that cup before Elliot drinks for his misstep. Yep. Sorry, D-Dev.
So we got a donation from D-Dev, do we?
I think we're a bit behind. Yeah, I remember seeing that a
No,
while
only
ago.
one. It's D-Dev. D-Dev says, seems like that cup might be getting a little low.
Yes,
I'm on it, D-Dev.
This is an interesting one. Sorry, I'm continuing. The Thorburn Diabolists, like, it's just an interesting art style. I think this one more than anything. I don't really have much more to say. It's such a minimalist design and still came out so much better than any of our works tonight, which really shows you why we should be judging the fan art like this. Really.
Where's the Coke, Elliot?
It should be in there somewhere. It's in a white soda stream container. It'll be in one of the shelves, like the main ones, not in the door. Yeah, that's it.
I'm mixing you a special cocktail.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Sunday. We're getting caught up in this thing of the week.
Sorry,
I take the blame for
I
that.
shouldn't have started that. I'm sorry. Alright, Elliot.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah. So I like this one. Such
We'll get to
such
this
a
in a
unique
second.
art style. I've never seen anything like it.
I'll make you drink this in a bit and you have to guess what's in it.
This one was submitted by Kirkistan, which I think may have been a bit tongue in cheek, but
But I like it as a
I
piece
wanted
of
I
art.
wanted to include it just because I wanted to give a shout out. I don't think we've given a proper shout out to Jay, Ruben's friend who
Cat
did this
Hairs
for
on
us.
Twitter did this art for us. We commissioned her to do it. A friend of mine.
Yes, and we unfortunately used the wrong one for a month, which was a mistake that we did rectify. Apologies again for that. But yeah, I don't know. I quite like it. It's a very solid thing of Green Eyes. The silly headphones added on are a
Yeah,
nice
so
touch.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I
like
absolutely love
I always loved this art, even
the-
for the 9 arcs where I didn't know what it was.
That was my favorite. Was when you finally knew what this was. It made me so happy.
I mean, of course, we've got to talk about Aqua's one.
This is the head
yeah, I mean,
butt sack art. Right?
For those who aren't in our Discord, the butt sack from this has been my avatar for like six months now.
It's so good.
Before it was colored, and then the second it was colored, I just switched to that one. But I think actually the standout from this has got to be Mags. There's something
It's
so
a really good Mags, isn't it?
Mags about just like the focus and just like how fucking tired and done with life she looks, which she would have been at this point in the story.
I mean, and when you've got Buttsack as your companion, you've got to kind of be like that, right?
Buttsack's just stare into the void. Just, I love it so much.
And I love Blake looks like sorry for her almost.
Yeah,
in
which
this.
I think was kind of the vibe of their conversation. Like I think this captures the characters really well.
Oh, we've got a bird on a motorcycle says, I only just noticed the 50% off joke, which is perfect. I mean, it's a great little bit.
Yeah, I had not noticed that. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Buttsack waddling as well. There's just a waddle captured in a still image. I really like that. He totally is a waddler.
Well, yeah, in that snowsuit, right? How can you not be?
This one was submitted by Felax again, by Aeri. Sorry for pronunciations. It's just called Rake. I mean, this is
Rose
just,
and Blake, presumably.
yeah, solid. Like, I don't have much more to say about this one. Like, it's just such a cool image. Rose looking sort of so.
Yeah, that really captures the Rose to me.
Yeah, and then Blake, I think that's not how he sees himself, but that's probably how a lot of people saw him.
Yeah, how
he looks
to other
like
people.
scary
This
as
is
fuck
like
right there.
pure Arc 13 Blake right here.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Which would have been about when he was looking this twiggy. I think the fact that he's not just like twigs as well, but just a fucking mess.
Like
It's
ribbons
so
of
perfect.
flesh mixed in with these trees. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. So let me get the keyboard out so we can actually.
Yeah, get that next.
That's better. This one
This
was
is such a wholesome one.
yeah. I like this one because it's not necessarily that true to the story, but it's fun.
It's what I would like the story to be. You know?
Yeah. So obviously this is friends from the other side. Do you think that's meant to be the dragon in the background, or like what do you think the background's meant to be? Because there's an eye. I thought like the dragon,
Maybe
or
like has sent Blake to the abyss, and this is the vibe of that.
yeah. Who knows? Yeah, the eye branch is unsettling. ThinkerZero, but I kind of like that. It's like happy unsettling, which is a thing I don't think I'd really experience till getting into Wildbow Works.
It feels really happy. It feels like they're just hanging out together, having a good time, and that's all I want from Pact.
Yeah, I mean, Green Eyes just looks so cheery, which is actually kind of true to her on a level.
As soon as she gets out of the abyss, she's fucking 10 out of 10 all the time.
Yeah, this one was just called Thorburn by Rook. I actually really liked the expressions in this one.
And yeah, the face is so good in this one, and the way it like in most fan art, I can't see Blake and Rose as two halves of the same person. They don't look that similar, and this one is just like it perfectly makes them one person. Like you can see and look, oh shit, this is one person that has been cut in half.
Yeah, you're right. It's different but the same.
Yeah,
Like they look like siblings or different sex twins in this.
and the way Rose's hair is done as well is so Rose, and it gives me
Yes.
this like Rose Senior vibe from her, which is so on point.
Yeah, the dress, the way she's dressed.
Yeah. And Blake's kind of scruffy shirt. It's so good. Of course, Evan, Blake's hair. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so thank you, Rook.
Yeah.
From Fairlax again, we have another Lon Sheep piece, which is the Catherine Thorburn one.
I mean, this wins awards. And when I say awards, I mean people post about it in Discord saying that this is their favorite of all the Pact fan art, honestly.
Oh, it's
And
such a good moment, and
it's
it's
so
very well
powerful.
It's very well captured here.
Yeah.
I love that they Lon Sheep managed to include the text.
And not just the text, but the books, and they're all Kathy's face.
Yeah.
And this one where Kathy's like coming out of the page and it's so clearly just wrong. It's so wrong, and her eyes turning to chalk. You can see they've lost their color.
There is something a bit off with her eyes in that.
Well, it's because there's no whites in her eyes, right?
Yes,
And so you
that's
can
what it
see,
is.
oh, actually, her eyes are starting to turn into, 2D and stuff like that.
Yeah. Poor Catherine. Here we have the other Seagrag one. Encounters of the Third Kind. I think this is an interesting adaptation of it. I think it's hard to draw because it's such an abstract demon.
Yeah.
So I think this is a
as
good
as
attempt.
you can get with her, for
I mean,
sure.
it's a lot better than I would do, as you could
We
probably
should
see.
do as a fan art request. That'd be fun. See what we do.
But I really like the picture stories that Blake
Yeah,
drew.
it comes out so nicely, doesn't it? It's like etchings. Into
Yeah,
it.
like I think those are the highlight for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this one. I think Seagrug said in the post they sent me on these, like they actually have no training in art, like so this is all just
really
sort
good.
of natural talent.
Self-taught stuff.
Yeah, like because the shading's a lot better than we manage with that in mind.
Yeah, totally. Oh, I put this one in. This is one of my favorite fan arts as well. This is the iconic Green Eyes to me. The thing I love about this Green Eyes is the translucent skin comes across so well here. Like if you look at her face, her
It's
nose
subtle,
bones
isn't it?
and her teeth, it's subtle, but you can see this translucent skin that is just so perfect. And the like glow of the eyes and
The
how it
glow of the
fits
eyes is
against
perfect.
everything else.
I've got to say,
And yet it's still like somewhat like it's scary, but it's still somewhat you can see a sense of like adorableness to it in the
yeah,
tilt and stuff.
which I think is like maybe if I had to complain about it, I would say like that she's almost not monstrous enough. Like this looks like someone
True.
you could get along with her. I think the teeth and the mouth are bigger and the eyes are bigger.
Yeah.
But like it's still pretty good.
Yeah. I really love this one.
Like yeah. I like the way she's sort of all green, but that's just an environmental lighting effect.
Yeah, it's like the reflection of her eyes lighting up the space, and you can see the kind of weird, like almost
Drain.
almost like oil painting style of the
Yes.
background as well. So.
Yeah, you're right. It's a totally different style to her. I like that.
I really like
This is a fun one.
Yeah.
The Thorburn Boogeyman
He
and Green
looks so
Eyes.
grumpy. Doesn't he look
looks
so
like a
grumpy,
grumpy
and Green Eyes
dwarf.
looks so happy. Yeah.
Doesn't he look like a dwarf? I don't know why that image, but like I just picture like a dwarf in this.
This
and-
feels like a more apt kind of monstrous Green Eyes. Like, look at how long her fingers
Yeah.
are. Look at how messed up her tail is. Like, it's.
but
all...
she's still having a good time.
She's still just happy to be here with Blake, you know, and that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, and Blake probably did look that grumpy for most of the time they were hanging out together.
Yeah.
So I think it's
he
fair.
was past his prime.
Where is his neck? I think he's like leaning down.
No, he's
as
just
I
like,
did it.
oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, wait, go back. His zipper's undone as well. So that's
Green
why Green Eyes is so happy.
Yeah, here we have another. Well, this one's labeled as Maggie.
yeah, this
So
isn't- I presume this is
watch
Mag
yourself,
to them.
Kipos.
Yeah.
Yeah, some great goblins. That goblin to her right actually does look kind of butt-sacky. That's probably one of the most butt-sacks we've seen, but also a bunch of other little shits.
Yeah, I love the style of this one. Sandara has 3 really good pieces of art. There's this one. There's a like Firebird Evan, and there's a hyena that I think is in here coming up too.
Okay. I've seen some of Sandara's worm art in the past, I think.
Which one's the Sandara's worm ones? I don't remember.
Didn't Sandara do the one that's like Samus versus the Endbringers, which normally I'm not like really into
Who versus the Emperor?
Samus?
Oh.
Like Metroid?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, anyway, I'm not usually into crossficky stuff like that, but it's a pretty epic image.
Samus versus Endbringers.
Yeah, people are commenting on how sort of anime / comic booky this
that
one
was
looks.
a character called I'm Skeptical. A person called I'm Skeptical. Oh
okay.
shit, that's so good. I love that shit. Alright, sorry.
Yeah,
Back to
I don't know.
Pact.
I don't
Forget
quite,
about
yeah,
Worm,
I don't
it's
quite know
terrible.
why you would be pitting Samus against the Endbringers, but it's pretty cool.
Because she likes fighting big monsters. Why not? She fights like Kraid and shit.
No, it's Samus Kipos. I've had this argument with so many people.
Samus Aron.
I'll add you to the list. Blake Thorburn of Pact by Deadbird.
Yeah.
This is a nice one. Like I think it captures Blake's introspectiveness that he had very occasionally quite well. Maybe a bit green. The trees,
Bit too green
but
for Blake.
everything's green. I think it's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's just Blake on one of those few moments where he contemplated how fucking awful his life was.
Yeah.
The Goblin Queen of Jacob's Bell. I like this one.
So this is a friend of mine, Wraithly on Twitter as well, who I got hooked into Pact, which made me so happy. And she just did some really dope Pact fan art, like
I
the
like
torn
this
shirt
style.
of Mags. Yeah, it's fucking great. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, this is
And she's got the little
the paper
the
goblins.
paper goblin as well. Like
Yep.
shit, this is so perfect.
It's funny how I was seeing this scarf and I was going to say it's the wrong colors. Are the colors ever mentioned?
It's checkered black and red, I think.
Okay.
So this kind of fits that.
I've been picturing the fourth Doctor from the Doctor Who
Yeah, of
scarf.
course you have, because that's the only scarf you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, I really like this one.
Yeah.
The
Oh, this is
hyena.
another Sandara one.
Sandara.
Yeah.
I mean the hyena deserves fan art, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
that's the thing about Pact is you get Blake and Rose fan art, you get some Evan and some Green Eyes, and you get
Like everyone else.
No, Blake and Rose, Evan, Green Eyes, and it's just gone. Oh, Mags, yeah, of course, it's Mags. Thank you, Dudev. That's who I was gonna say. It just kind of fully slipped out of my head there. But yeah, I love the. I tried to include some fan art of characters who weren't Blake,
Yeah.
Rose, Evan, Mags, Green Eyes. And hyena is a great one. Like, it's a really good. I wish the hyena's hilt was a bit spikier, but already that would be a nightmare to hold.
Yeah, yeah. This captures the essence of it. Yeah, it's pre-break as well. Sorry. Now we have a nice Alexis one.
Can I touch on this one as well? Because this is the Alexis that's on the Pact wiki page, and it's tagged as Alexis, and I actually cannot find the source of this one. So if anyone has any hints, I'm not even sure if it's actually Alexis or it's another piece of art that just perfectly encapsulates Alexis that we've reused on the fan art. On the wiki. If someone knows where this one came from, please let me know, because it's so great.
Yeah, it is. I really like it. It's got to be Alexis on purpose. I mean, it's smoking. It's kind of got like the "I'm here to help you" vibe.
She also kind of gives me the vibe of trying not to show off her mouth. I don't know if that's me reading into it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Any ideas where this one comes from, chat? Let me know if you figure it out, because I genuinely couldn't find it and I really want to credit it.
Josh Thulu made Blake Thorburn Revise.
I really like this one because this is the one that gives us the most monstrous Blake that we've seen, and yet it's not mean. It's like a Blake that's really monstrous but not mean. This feels like they've just come out of like the abyss, for example.
This is late stage Blake, like 14, 13, late 13. I think maybe his head is a bit too intact.
Yeah, true.
But
his hair has fully turned into branches.
I like how kind of skeletal he feels as a twig monster, because I think that's probably more accurate, because he used to talk about how hollow he was. So I think that's probably like fairly accurate.
I wish we could see a bird or two peeping through the branches, but yeah. Oh,
yeah,
we've just hit our halfway point, Elliot. Penelope says we are halfway through the live stream, so halfway
we are
there,
too. Whew.
12 hours down, 12 to go.
Oh God.
That was the hard half. Now it's the easy coasting half.
Sandra and Hilda, I like this. I can't. This is the first Sandra fan art I've seen, which is disappointing. We've talked about how great she is. I like how she's got the weasel form and she's got the Hilda form.
Yeah. I love how intimidating Hilda is here. It's such a great Hilda. I love it.
The chain between like the
it's so like
so
stylistic.
Nice. Yeah.
This is another one by Rook, who basically just does a bunch of like Pact doodles and stuff, and some of them are more detailed, some of them are less detailed. This is about a medium tier one, medium time investment, but it's so good.
I think it's
had
a
to
good
include
Sandra
it.
as well.
I know, and it's such a good. I know the Sandra here is great, but I can't get past the Hilda. It's so perfect.
Rose by Trui.
Yes, I like this one. This one's a simple one, but the real reason I include this one is Rose's expression in this one to me is just so great. Yeah. Her like angry, defiant expression. You've got the mirror. Oh, Wildbow says that Rook did the Pact banner on Top Web Fiction.
Oh, cool.
Commissioned by WB himself. Yeah, and you've got the mirror with Blake there, which is great as well. I honestly, I just love.
And a little very scruffy Evan down the bottom too. That's spot on for around these times in the story. Yeah. Now this is Blake.
So this is the reason this one does not feel like Blake as a character is because it's based off of a piece of fan art that's the cover for a comic, a Constantine comic.
I was gonna say Constantine or Ghost Rider vibes from this. Yeah,
it's Constantine. We can look if you want to look it up. Just Google Constantine. I don't know, Constantine Tombstone. I guess I don't know, but it's this great piece of fan art of Constantine sitting in front of his own grave and a bunch of zombies like coming towards him. And someone decided that Blake would fit this vibe. And again, it's a bit off of. Sorry, yes, it's Orange Pest says it's Hellblazer. That's the name of the arc.
I also like somebody pointed out who was it, Smemon. That it's Molly's grave. Yes, it's a nice touch.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, just a fun vibe. And that's the end of the fan art that we have here.
Oh, it is too.
But Monkmoo coming in with a donation. Monkmoo says, not sure what Forsworn drink is, but it sounds interesting. Ruben can add something. I just fucked up the line break. Ruben can add something. Now, I've already made a pretty malicious cocktail here. And I'm not going to say what's in it, because I've intentionally made it a little bit of a puzzle of can you guess what's in it? Elliot, do you want to try a sip and see what you think is in it? Put your guesses in chat.
Gonna do this properly.
If you want to think what's in it, put your guesses in chat.
Well, it smells like vomit. Like actually, like give that a whiff. That's just vomit.
I don't want to. It's really bad, Elliot. Why did I do this to us?
Tastes like vomit.
I really just put 3 things that should not go together in it.
I mean, so there's some Red Bull in there.
Correct. What are the other 2 flavors? There's 3
Aperol?
flavors. One of them is Aperol, yeah. Red Bull and Aperol so far. There's one more.
Is it cola?
It is. It's a Red Bull Aperol Cola. Ooh, cocktail. Perfect cocktail. Now, do we have to continue drinking this or what?
Well, yeah, eventually.
I'll have a sip too. Oh my god, it smells so bad.
It
Why
tastes
the fuck did I
tastes the
do
same
this?
as it smells.
Oh no, I quite like it. I'm joking.
Sure.
It's horrible.
Well, no, you gotta go. You gotta go add
vomit.
something else to it after that last donation, don't you?
Can I take something away from it? We got a donation.
Yeah, we just got a request for some more tarot card readings from a righty.
So they're off to bed, I think, which is fair enough, and I'm mad
Yeah.
jealous. No, it was no, Welwick.
Yeah,
So Welwick has asked for tarot card requests.
that's what I said.
You said a righty.
Yeah, because they're right-handed. That's what they said.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Yeah. I was like, that's not somebody's name. So
It was descriptive.
we've got some tarot card requests. Welwick has said that they are happy to kind of donate them to people in chat. So we'll probably do some spread out tarot card requests, 6 of them over the next little bit of time, I guess.
Yeah, we'll go back to the me system that worked so well.
Yeah, but we won't do that yet. We'll start doing them later on, I think. I'll just write this down so I have it here. Welwick Tarot. And we need to do 6 of them. This pen is terrible. What are we doing next? All right.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Gave me too many wings.
Where are the birds in the background? I can't even see them anymore. They've faded from my view. Oh, it's because this chair's in front of them. Yeah, they're shiny, huh? They're really shiny. All right. Welwick Tarot. Oh, I broke my pencil. Oh, God. I'm so sad, guys. All right, what do we got coming up? Let's focus. We've got 12 more hours of this. So we've just done the Pact fan art review. The next segment is the Pagnus Archives. So here's what we're gonna do. There was a moment on the Discord where everyone got really into Magnus Archives for a bit, and that was about the same time we started planning this live stream. And so we thought, well, let's just do a crossover thing between Magnus and Pact. And so we're gonna talk about some crossover things between the Magnus Archives and Pact. ThinkerZero, you don't have to have read Magnus Archives, but we are going to do spoilers up to Season 2 of Magnus Archives. So if you haven't read up to Season 2 of Magnus Archives, listen to. If you haven't listened to up to Season 2 of Magnus Archives and you care about not spoiling, then that's fine. These are kind of world spoilers, not plot spoilers, so you can still enjoy the show with them, but yeah, it's up to you. So we're going to do, obviously, spoilers for Pact, spoilers for Magnus Archives up to Season 2. And actually, Elliot has only listened to about Season 1.5. So you guys are going to get to see me...
I'm about 5 episodes into
One and a bit? Okay. So you guys are going to get to see me spoil the Magnus Archives live for Elliot.
Yeah, I had my chance to catch up to episode 80. I blew it. So this is my punishment.
Yeah, exactly. So let's do some Pagnus Archives, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Althane says, might call it there, see you in a few hours. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, dodge the spoilies. I reckon the top thing to tune back in for is we're going to be doing the Pact Game Jam, which is going to be a real fun time, and we're basically going to be chilling out with stream a lot during that. So if you want to come in and hang out during the twilight hours of the stream a bit, the Pact Game Jam is good to tune back in for.
Yep.
Kipos is coming in hot there. Kipos is really starting to feel it at 12:37 a.m. Okay, so... we got a $2 donation from Terrified Ham. Terrified Ham says, if I donate something, can I also ask my question later? I mean, yeah. Ham, why not? Like, whatever.
Yeah,
We're
just
easy come, easy
remind
go.
us that we owe you one when you
Yeah.
ask the question.
And nobody do that unless we actually do owe you one. All right, we're on to you guys. This is for charity. All right, be clever about it. Be smart. So, are you ready to be spoiled on Magnus Archives?
Yeah.
So, the spoiler that we're going to talk to is how the world of the Magnus Archives works. See you, Smemon. Catch you on the flippity flip. The fun thing about the world of Magnus Archives, and you'll love this, Elliot, because genuinely, when we did our Media MD episode on the Magnus Archives, you 100% predicted it.
I don't remember what I said.
I know. You never remember your predictions, but they're always correct. That's the great thing about this.
Oh, no. The thingy about how there's like groups.
Yes. So
Okay.
that's basically, we're getting into it now, folks. So if you want to tune out for
I
half
must
an hour,
be wrong
that's
about
totally
who
fine.
the groups are, though. I don't know if you saw the summary I made of season 1, but I don't have a good grasp of what the groups are.
Basically, what happens is, in the Magnus Archives, all the manifestations of spooky shit that we see in the stories is, they all fall into camps. And these are camps that are defined by these entities. And these are kind of worm-esque entities that represent kind of key fears that people have. So
Okay.
these fears manifest and gain power from the fear of humans that fear them. And so they put these things into the world to generate fear, which generates power for themselves. And that's kind of the key system of the Magnus Archives.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to run through
I should have
the
seen.
list.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's like Smith's list of them or something. These are the entities as we know them at the end of season 2. So we've got the buried, which is the fear of being buried alive.
Oh, so that's episode 15 that still haunts me to this day.
Yes, exactly, correct.
Yep.
Smirk's list of 14, Megafire says. Yes, that's right. Not Smith's, it's Smirk's. The corruption, I don't actually remember that one, so I'm just going to ignore it. The dark, fear of the dark.
Yeah.
The desolation, again, I don't
Would
remember.
that be the
don't quite
lonely
remember that
one? Like,
No,
I feel
that's
like...
the lonely. The lonely.
Oh, yep, okay, never mind.
Oh, the corruption is Jane Prentice. Yeah, cool.
Oh, okay, the hive, the flesh hive.
Yes, the end, I guess, is fear of the end of the world. The eye is desolation is fire. Okay, yeah. Desolation is fire.
Ooh,
Thank you, Megafire. I'm forgetting these.
Yeah, Megafire's really holding this end up. Yeah, I kept flicking between having a fire group or not in my season.
There
1
is a
thing.
fire group.
Yep.
It's the desolation. The eye is fear of being watched or fear of being known. The flesh.
Oh, that's got to be all the meat ones. There's been a bunch of meat-based ones. Like the guy with the apartment upstairs with all the meat in it.
I think that's the... No, yeah, that is the flesh, actually. Yeah, you're right. End is fear of death. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I had a death group. Okay.
The hunt is fear of being hunted, being chased.
Ooh.
The lonely...
There were 2 episodes I couldn't find a group for, and that must be the hunt. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so the lonely is the one with the loneliness stuff. The slaughter is kind of war vibe.
Okay.
The spiral is kind of fear of the weirdness, the weird things, I would define it
Okay.
as. The stranger is fear of the unknown.
Is that the body snatching group?
Yeah.
Where's the body snatching group?
No, that's the spiral, actually.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. I don't really remember.
Fear of losing your mind? Is that the spiral?
Oh, no,
I
it is
can-
stranger. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Some of them like break and go kind of multiple camps or aren't easily categorized.
Okay.
The Vast, do you remember?
Oh, the one
Blue
with the sky
Yeah,
eats
Blue
him.
Sky
Oh.
is the best one.
I fucking love that episode. That was one of the ones that I was just like, this series is so fucking weird. I love it.
That was my favorite episode. And the web is like ensnared and manipulated and puppeted kind of vibe.
Okay. Oh, is that where the one with the organ thingy, what was it called? The harpsichord, the thingy in the woman's attic and her boyfriend got by it, by the puppets. It was from an old
maybe?
circus, Russian circus.
No,
or
that's I think the stranger.
something. Vast episodes are some of your personal favorites. Yeah, I mean, I think I've only heard 1 or 2, but
There's
they
some
were great.
other good ones. Like all of the Vast episodes are so fucking good.
Oh, that was
I think you
Stranger.
might have heard Boatswain's Call. Do you remember
Yes,
that one?
yes.
That one again is so awesome. That's also the Vast.
Okay.
Anyway, so obviously people in chat who know a lot more about Magnus Archives.
Magnus
I'm
is
about
such a-
halfway through season 4, by the way, so no spoilers for the late season 4 stuff.
It's such a good show. Like I'm glad that now that we're gonna have a bit
Matt
more free
introduced
time,
us.
I'll be able to listen to the rest of it because it's so good.
So basically, now that we've spoiled Magnus Archives for you, Elliot, what I want to talk about is talk about some packed others and figure out where we thought they fit. Like, if they fit into a thing, where would they fit?
Do we want to share this screen with everyone?
Yeah, maybe let's go to the computer setup here so we can see what we're talking about here. I've just got a list of others from Pact, and we can kind of talk through them and see how we go.
Yeah.
So should we talk about Jimmy
Peter.
Corvid?
Yeah. Old
Mr. Rook
Jimbo.
himself. So I'll bring back the list because I know you
Yeah.
don't know them. So James Corvidae, what is he all about? He's all about kind of making these fake and shitty connections between things, right? That's how I kind of like to categorize him. So where do we feel that ties in?
Well, my first instinct, I think I commented on this and I tried to build my season 1 summary that was clearly all very wrong looking at this list. My instinct then was to always go for the stranger, and I feel like that's it here. Or the spiral. Because he subtly manipulates the world.
I like that, but everyone in chat is coming in with web, because this is like manipulation 101, right? He's manipulating people to cause conflict.
So what's the web exactly?
The web, as I see it, is like manipulation and being like forced into situations.
You said puppeteering and stuff.
Yeah, puppeteering.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think everyone's right. The web, yeah.
All right, cool. Let's talk about Green Eyes, best girl.
The slaughter or the flesh, the hunt. Something like she eats a lot. Like I'm thinking of eating flesh. I can't remember. I don't know if that's the flesh's domain. That's my gut instinct.
Interesting.
The hunt
feels good too.
The
Flesh
hunt is
feels
good. Can you be a member of more than one tribe?
I mean, kind of. Right? Like it's kind of a bit blurry at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say maybe a bit of a hunt, bit of flesh. It seems like chat's pretty divided on that too.
Yeah, okay. So that's good.
What about the face-stealing boogeyman? Everyone's favorite.
The stranger, right? The body snatcher group.
That's got to be the stranger.
The body snatcher group.
Yeah, that's like textbook stranger.
Whoever Michael's mates are, wherever Michael belongs, that's whoever the face-stealing boogeyman's with.
Yeah, we reckon. Yeah. That feels good to me. Faceless woman. So she's not about pretending to be something else. She's more...
No.
What is the faceless woman's thing? Michael is Spiral. Elliot, you fucked this up. How can you not understand this thing that you haven't listened to?
But I had my body snatcher group with the Michael. You guys are ruining the entire foundation of my whole theory.
We've got a few more donations. We've got a donation from Scynth, who's a $5 donation, who says, I'm supposed to be going to work right now, but it's my birthday, and I'd rather lose money with all of you than make someone miss this. That is so sweet, Synths. I absolutely love it. I mean, do go to work. Don't lose your job because of us.
At least chuck a sickie or something.
Pull a sickie.
The Australian way.
Drunk Peter says, "Hi guys, I'm on my break ATM. How are you holding up?" I think we're perfect. We hit the valley and we've come back out of it. I'm back on top.
am just hitting the valley actually, but that's fine.
I hit the valley like 3 hours ago.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Well.
As long as we're not in the valley at the same time.
Yeah, I'm hoping to come out of it before the end of the game jam.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we talking about? Oh yeah, the face-stealing boogeyman.
No, we did him. That was the...
No, sorry, I meant the faceless woman. Is what I meant.
Yeah, the faceless woman. I feel like she's the hunt. Is there one? What's the angriest one?
Yeah. ThinkerZero says flesh sculpting is the faceless woman's MO. Now, do you remember the Bone Turner's Tale? That's in season 1.
Yes.
So this is the guy who gets the Lightner book and then starts like flesh sculpting.
Yeah.
And
like
he
full
is
on Frankenstein.
The flesh, I believe, and so that's the argument there. His name Jared Hopworth, yeah, which genuinely feels 100% on point.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah. Yep.
All right, Paper Girl.
The diary girl.
Wait, okay, hold on. Kippos says he's Spiral, not flesh. Now I'm confused.
I knew I was wrong with my season 1 summary doc, but I'm so wrong.
But he's all about turning flesh. Come on, Kippos. Don't give me this. Come on.
Okay, let's ignore Kippos, and
their
lies.
You're fired. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
No, now we're hearing Bone Toner is flesh. Okay.
Look, let's just agree to
We're moving on. We're moving on.
Paper Girl, this has got to be some flesh fucked up shit, right? Not, maybe a mix of the flesh and the eye.
Because at first I wanted to lean in. Yeah, at first I wanted to lean into the diary, the paper, the book aspect.
Yeah.
But in practice, she
doesn't relate to being knowledge, right?
She does her spelling gimmick.
I love. There's now a meme in chat of what do bones mean. All right, we've got a few more donations here in chat. Let's go through. We've got Kyrgyzstan, $10. Good work keeping the dollar amount non-percentile. Elliot, please add to the cup. Yep. Add to this vomit mix. There you go. We've got a $2.01 donation just to fuck up the round numbers. That's perfect. Thank you, Penelope. She says, what did you guys eat for dinner and for supper? I mean, we didn't have supper. We're not in Victorian England, but...
Dinner took us a while to get through, so...
Yeah, we ordered a pizza revenant who brought us some evil pizzas. So we had some evil pizzas. Thanks for the concern there, Penelope. All right, people are still arguing about the Bone Turner's Tale in chat.
The problem is when our chat knows so much more about this than we do. It's hard to really...
We don't know what we're talking about. We'll let them sort it out. I trust Kippos.
Yeah, look, we'll go offline for 5 minutes. You guys sort it out.
Peter has also said, find me IRL, Kippos. I'm backing Kippos on this. I'm with it. What are we talking about? Oh,
I'm not choosing a side. I have no
sides,
no
no sides.
way to know. So yeah, Diary Girl. She did her spelling stuff, but that's kind of it. Like, she doesn't really have book sort of stuff.
Yeah, this is a hard one, and I'd love to hear. I can't pay attention to chat. I won't be able to do anything. Paper Girl, what are we thinking? Okay, well, let's rule some out, right? She's not the Buried. She's not Spider's Corruption. She's not the Dark.
No, she's not the Dark. What was the
She's
Desolation?
That's the Fire Cult.
No.
She's not Fear of Death, I don't
No.
think. She's not... Well, let's get back to
The
the
Eye is
Eye.
possible.
Let's get back to the Flesh.
Yep.
The Hunt?
That kind of applies to all boogeymen, really.
Yeah,
is the
I
thing.
think let's rule out. She's not especially hunty. She's the Lonely? She's lonely,
Well,
but
yeah,
not
yeah,
really.
maybe, but no.
The Slaughter? Maybe, because that's kind of like killing somebody, taking their flesh, turning it into a book.
Okay, so hold on. So the Slaughter, there was literally an episode in season 1 with the guy in the slaughterhouse, and he got like lost in it, and then he ended up killing a guy. Is that the Slaughter?
That's the Flesh, I think, because that's
was
all
flesh.
about
Okay.
being eaten.
Okay, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
feeling.
So, and that's the one. There was the episode where the guy in his upstairs apartment, or the apartment upstairs for him, was covered in gross flesh. That one must have been
That's
the flesh.
yeah. The Spiral. So the Spiral is... Kippos has just gone mad and is posting random...
No,
I
that's
assume
Rot-
that's
Rot
Rot 13. Yeah,
it's gotta be.
not just Kippos has lost her mind.
Kippos, come back to the realm of the living.
Kippos, come back to the real world. Stop posting gibberish in chat.
Okay, hold on. We're losing it. Let's get back on topic.
Yeah.
We've gotten suckered in by our chat's craziness. We were
let's
saying
skip
before
this.
you
Okay,
people.
Catherine Thorburn. This is another one that's difficult, like Diary Girl. So the thing is, Lightner books
Spiral.
actually are different. I like Spiral. You're right.
Because she lost her mind.
Yeah, someone who is like used to be someone you know, but has tweaked a bit.
Yeah, well, and yeah, if like was the Spiral about the like losing your sanity and stuff? Because that's what happened to her. She was insecure and that took advantage of it.
Everyone's saying she. What?
Yeah.
Did I say he?
No, I think someone in chat did.
Oh, okay.
Blake Thorburn. Which one is the?
That's the hunt. Surely Blake Thorburn is all about hunting shit down and getting
hunting
it done.
yourself.
That's
hunting
totally
other
the hunt.
things.
Right?
Yeah. Move that up a bit.
Love your Kip. Yeah, I think the hunt. Blake has to be the hunt because he's all about fucking shit up, right? Like, that's so hunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
He
yeah.
hunts
I
shit
don't know
down, he
enough
hunts
about
shit down,
them.
he fights
I was just
it.
trying to read the list and see.
Yeah.
Bristles. Oh, this is a fun one.
Oh, bristles. I love that bristles in the... sorry. Bert says the buried in debt, maybe. Perfect. Okay, so bristles. Fuck.
We didn't learn too much about bristles, I got to admit, but
Yeah.
I want bristles to be the lonely.
Oh, poor guy. I mean, bristles could also be the hunt, to be honest.
Yeah,
Kinda feels-
that's the thing. All boogeymen are going to be
Yeah, all
partially
boogeymen
the
are kind
hunt.
of the hunt, aren't they? It's a bit cheating.
The nurse.
Now, I don't quite remember the nurse. Who was
Yeah.
that again?
The nurse and the welder are the other two who came out with bristles in 16
Oh,
like
yeah.
12.
But they didn't do any...
Yeah, well,
come on, get
you
out.
wrote this list.
Well,
Don't-
they're cut. I hate them. They're nothing. They're the end. because I hate them.
Defenestration boogeyman is
That's
interesting
fun, yeah.
because he's
Maybe
so
the
specific.
Vast? What do you think about that?
Ooh,
Is
yeah,
that
the
a bit of a
yeah,
weird play?
I think the Vast.
What about the Vast?
Nurse and welder for desolation
Yeah,
seems to
people
be
are
pretty
still talking
common.
about the nurse and the welder, but they're not anything, so can we ignore them? I don't care about them enough.
Yeah, I think the Vast is a great pick for defenestration boogeyman.
Because it's just like this vibe of, first of all, one, you never see them coming, which I love for this idea of the Vast, which is like you feel like you're in this completely empty space,
Yeah.
and then suddenly get pushed out, and you've just got this void above you. I absolutely love that spin on the defenestration, man. Pose. That's
So
the
he was
corruption.
feral. Yeah, corruption.
Specifically the corruption,
Yep.
surely.
Next one, Barbatorum. Oh, this is more interesting.
I think that's either the Spiral or the Stranger, and I can't remember the difference between those two. I think the Stranger, maybe, because he makes people like different. That feels stranger to me.
So how specific is the corruption to bugs?
Yeah, good question. How specific is the corruption to bugs? All you
is the corruption
nerds in
suitable
chat
for
tell us.
Barbatorum? I don't know why I'm trying to weigh in on this.
Trying to make here.
Well,
Corruption also covers.
Well, I mean,
disease.
I'm kind of just tying the choir of ruin to corruption.
Hey, Scotty's
Hey.
back. Welcome back, Scott.
Welcome, Scott.
Had a nice sleep, you weakling.
Yeah, we're losing it a bit here.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Barbatorum is either stranger or corruption, and a kind of mix of both. I reckon.
Yeah.
That feels right to me.
The dark.
Yeah, the dark. I mean, yeah, right. He's totally the dark. Right. Now everyone's going off on Scott.
Yeah. So just a heads up to people who are joining this segment. This is sort of very Magnus
we haven't
Archives.
been doing this at all. I totally forgot about that.
That's fine. An hour and a half is a good length. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Magnus Archives. So this is spoilers for up to season 2 of Magnus Archives. So be careful of that. Totally is the dark, right?
Yeah.
And okay, Pordrig, fairies, actually hardcore stranger. They're like in canon, proper strangers.
Okay.
Nope, spirals. Fuck, I get them mixed up. Which one's which? Is it stranger or okay? Can someone define these for
This
us?
stranger and spiral thing has just been this entire segment. Can we sort this out?
It's not driving people mad. It's like replacing people. Who's the ones that replace people? That's the stranger, right? Stranger equals body snatcher.
Hey,
Thank
that
you,
was
Kippos.
one of my groups.
Kippos, I love you. Stranger equals body snatcher. It's so right. And Pordrig is, well, actually no, Pordrig doesn't necessarily replace people, although he has done that explicitly twice in the story, so maybe he does.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
June's an interesting one because it's not really a cold. What about like?
The
What was
lonely?
the one? There's the family. I forget their name.
That's the lonely. You're talking about.
Yeah, the woman who ended up in the
ends
abyss,
up in the graveyard.
and then there was the ship.
Yeah, that's the lonely.
I
That's
put the
the,
lonely for June.
What's the name of this family? The one who does the stuff in the story that
Starts
I
with
don't wanna mention?
M. I feel like Marx.
No, it's the Lucas family. Thank you,
The
Megafire.
Lucas. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't even close.
It almost starts with M. It's one letter off.
Or the end for June. That's
Fear of
interesting.
death, maybe. I feel like I don't understand the end
That's
that
again
well.
like how the hunt applies a little bit to every boogeyman. I think the end applies a little bit to every ghost because they've avoided the end.
Yeah.
Leonard Harlan.
Drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe the spiral, kind of losing your mind a bit there. Now, is desolation not just fire? I'm a little confused now, because fire, to me, as Pokemon has told me, is the opposite of ice, and super effective against it.
Well, it might just be like burning.
Oh, desolation is like destruction and ruin, I suppose.
well,
not
should
just
that be
fire.
Barbatorum then? What did we say Barbatorum was?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Corruption, I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
retcon that.
Same diff.
Yeah, retcon that.
And Evan. Evan is our... Oh, no, there's a whole other
Yeah,
page.
we've got
Evan is
more.
our last
Evan?
one.
Okay, well, what time are we at? Oh, we're
Pretty
almost at
close,
1 a.m.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. What's next? Next up, we've got Pact fanfic. Oh, I'm excited. This is a
Yes.
perfect 1 a.m. segment.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, let's talk about Evan. Evan is about escape, right? So, what's that? Evan is like the positive version of the hunt. He's like the anti-hunt.
Yeah, or the vast even? No, more the hunt.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Nothing in Magnus Archives is actually like good. So you can't have a good thing.
Yeah, Megafire brings up a point, which all these groups are based on fear, and Evan doesn't conjure
And so
any
if
fear.
Evan's the opposite of one of these, though, I think the hunt, because he's like the opposite of being hunted.
Yeah, I can see that.
He helps you not be hunted, and so that's why I think he fits in the Tuna'aha, which is the opposite of that.
Oh, Megafire brings up he was hunted by the hyena.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the Pagnus Archives.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird segment, but I think it actually
It was
turned out
fun. It
alright.
was fun. A fun little. Yeah, we all just railed on Kippos in chat. Yeah, it was a good seg. All right, let's get on to our next segment. we are talking about fan fiction. Yes. Do you want to pull up the notes, or should we? Maybe let's go back to standard view and we'll just talk through them. So basically, what we're going to do here is a bit of a 30-minute discussion on some fan fiction that was sent in to us.
Yeah.
Maybe before we do that, let's do a tarot.
Okay, yeah, if we're behind on tarots.
All right, first person to say me gets a tarot done. Good luck. Whoever's first gets one of Welwick's tarots. And it was Hashirama Cells.
Sorry, ThinkerZero, you just missed it.
Yep. We'll do more. We've got 5 more to go. And we'll do another donation check in a sec, DDev. Yep. Thank you. So this is courtesy of Welwick, who donated 6 tarots into chat, and we've done one of them. Hashirama, you're fast as F. But are you right or left-handed? That's the question. Right or left-handed, Hashirama?
Oh, bad luck, so.
Ambidextrous. Okay, that's okay. Is there hands that you use for different things? So is there possibly a hand that you use for some types of things? Like for physical activity, you use your right hand, but for something else,
Don't be
you use your
difficult
left hand?
like Elliot.
Or if you're purely ambidextrous, that's fine too. We can go with that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to talk about both of them in terms of...
Does that come out? There we go. Okay, Hashirama has gone with right when sailing and stuff. Okay, let's maybe go right dominant here as a vibe. Okay. So we got our right hand over here, we got a left hand over here. What we are going to do is do a left hand, right hand reading where your right hand is your dominant aspect or your current aspect. Your left hand is your future aspect or your recessive or kind of incoming aspect. So, Hashirama, right hand aspect is... Ooh, a reversed Wheel of Fortune. I just know that's going to be bad. I have no idea what it is. Okay, cool. So, what this means, Hashirama, is... I mean, first of all, bad luck. So this is bad luck right here, right? Basically, you've had bad luck in your life, or you currently are having bad luck, and you've... Actually, circumstances are a bit out of your control in that regard. So things, I can almost liken it to the pact idea of karma. Things acting upon you that are this kind of circumstances outside of your control causing bad situations for you. Let's see where we go in the future with our left hand here. We're heading towards a reversed 2 of Wands, which revolves a lot around a lack of planning, a lack of planning, I guess, is the easiest way for me to sum it up. So I think what we're seeing here, Hashirama, the thing that we need to take from this reading is currently you're being faced with bad luck and circumstances outside your control. And obviously those are outside your control. So to an extent, there's nothing you can do there, but you're going to face these, or you are facing these circumstances. And the thing that's going to prevent you from getting out from under this is not planning well enough. So if I could give you a piece of advice, a very apt piece of advice that I'm sure applies to you 100% is... Look at the things that are outside your control. Take this kind of stoic vibe of, let me try and do the things that I can to get out from under it. And make sure the things that you can change, the things that are within your sphere of influence, you do plan for. You do try and put together some plans, because that's going to... Lack of planning is what's going to screw you on the things that you can change in this bad luck. And so plan for the things you can change and try and make steps to get out from under them. That would be my advice to you, Hashirama. Should we do another one, or should we... We got 6 to get through? 5 more to get through.
Yeah, well, I think I don't know how much the fan art will fill up the half hour, so let's do one more.
We've already done fan art. You mean fan fiction?
Sorry, fanfic, yeah.
All right, next person to say me, you're up. Oh, Scynth comes in right on the dot. Thinker, again, is just late. I'm sorry, Thinker.
Can we give Thinker the next
Let's
one?
give Thinker let's do 2 more. We'll do one for
let's do
Scynth
2.
and one for Thinker.
Thinker
How about
keeps
that?
getting second. It bumps me out.
I feel bad. Yeah. All right, so we'll do one for Scynth. We'll do one for Thinker. So, Scynth, tell us left hand, right hand. Thinker will get to you in a second if you want to tell us... Oh, sorry, she. Thinker, if you want to tell us left hand, right hand as well, we'll get to you in a moment too. Thinker is right hand, and Synths, are you left-handed, right-handed, bit of both? What's going on there? Left hand writing, right hand for physical activities. All right, I like that, because we've got a left hand.
Hey, that's the exact opposite of me.
We've got a right hand here for the physical, for the kind of immediate world. Why is this all blurry? What's going on here?
Oh, this shit again. I can handle this.
What do we do? Sorry, I'll keep kind of explaining here. We've got a left hand... we've got a right hand here, which is going to be for our physical world, for our immediate world. We've got our left hand here for our writing, for our creative, for our mental sphere. So those are the way we're going to camera control is the focus. Those are the ways we're going to talk about this. So synths. Let's see what we've got first with our. Let's go right hand first. Focus on our. Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, it's all right. Are we back? It's weirdly not focusing. Is it focusing on something else? I'm here. Focus on me. Focus on me. Focus on me. I'm right here.
Last time we fixed it.
Look at my finger. Look at my hand. Ooh, it's a nice hand.
Oh.
Now pull it back, and there we go. Okay, we're back.
I think it's clicking default on the settings that did it.
Okay, perfect. Fixed it. All right, so since we're going to focus on your right hand, the physical world, the physical activities, what have we got? We have a reversed Four of Cups. Man, God, got some really bad reversed luck here, huh? Reversed, okay, so the vibe here, oh, it's the phone. People think it's the phone that's causing it to focus out because of the bright light on it. Oh, that's my phone. Sorry, I thought it was your phone. My bad. Okay, cool. So the Four of Cups here, the focus of the Four of Cups is the trouble that you're facing, since is it's like a lack. It's kind of like a lack of motivation, I guess, or not necessarily that, but a lack of kind of critical examination. So it could represent as boredom, or it could represent as things like taking things for granted or being a bit too aloof. You need to make sure that you're kind of thinking about your life a bit more, I think is the key there. Otherwise, you're going to be faced with this challenge of boredom. You're going to be faced with aloofness. You're going to be faced with this kind of being stuck in a rut, I suppose. Let's talk creative. In the creative sphere at the moment, we're being faced with a reversed Five of Swords. Four of Cups, Five of Swords, a good combo. The Five of Swords actually is talking about a kind of inner desire to fix problems, not to fix problems, to like reconcile yourself with problems. This is actually probably a good thing. Something you should take note of in your creative world is possibly a desire to reconcile with either failures or things that haven't gone as well as you've wanted them to. Something that you need to kind of think about and reconcile with yourself. So taking the aspect of right hand physical, left hand creative, these are kind of two different challenges that you might need to face at the moment. In the physical space, it's making sure that you're thinking about your life so things don't get stuck in a rut for you. And in the creative space, it's thinking about past failures that might still be haunting you and trying to find a way to reconcile yourself with them. That's your reading.
Awesome.
And let's do one more. We're doing Thinker here. Thinker's reading. She has mentioned that she is something-handed. Oh, sorry, I'll just scroll up in chat to see that. How do I... Oh, downwards. She is right-handed. Okay, thank you, Thinker. So, Thinker, we've got right-handed, dominant, left-handed, recessive. You're welcome, Synths. Thanks for tuning in. D-Dev, okay, they're not all necessarily gloomy. How dare you? Oh, my God, it's fuzzing out. Oh, no, it's back. We're back. Okay, cool. Synths, you're welcome. Thinker, right-handed, dominant, left-hand, recessive stuff. What have we got for our right hand? We have got a Seven of Swords. All right, what do we got for a Seven of Swords? Ooh, this is one of the few that actually, I'm not sure if it's positive or negative. Possibly a challenge to be faced, possibly something that you might be doing that you need to reconcile for yourself. It's the idea of trickery. The Seven of Swords is often focusing on tricks being done. So either people are playing tricks on you or you're playing tricks on people. It's a beautiful little fox. It's a kind of mischievous like a fox, trickery like a fox. So think about whether you're playing tricks on people or people might be playing tricks on you. This is something to pay attention to. Let's talk about the left-handed sphere here. This is a Six of Swords. So we've got a Seven of Swords and a Six of Swords. Okay, so what we're talking about here is the rainbow is the key here. So the Six of Swords talks about, rainbows obviously come after the rain, which are these, like, obviously rain symbolizes this kind of negative stuff. The rainbow is the satisfying conclusion or the good that comes out of that. So what the rainbow symbolizes, what the Six of Swords symbolizes here is like moving on, coming to a peace after a struggle or coming to a new place or moving on from a struggle and getting to somewhere else. So what this reading suggests to me is there's potentially people in your life Thinker, which are playing tricks on you or being mischievous towards you or causing you some kind of like not huge emotional pain, but some recurring or minor emotional pain. And you need to think about how you want your life to look in the future. So maybe it's moving on and letting these connections go. Maybe it's putting in effort to kind of invest in them and get something good out of them. But yeah, that's the sense of this reading that I'm getting for you, Thinker. So hopefully that brings some thoughts to light for you.
Yeah, cool. I like that.
I think we have another donation coming in. D-Dev says, Ruben is sitting a bit sloppier than Elliot. Let's even the tables a bit.
Yeah.
You can have some more of that vomit drink, Elliot. There you go.
Thank you, D-Dev.
While Elliot suffers under that. Hold on, let's just get the sweet look of that suffering.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, suffer, Elliot, suffer.
Oh, that
It's
is
really crank,
terrible.
isn't it? I know.
awful.
It's
I love it.
absolutely terrible.
That is exactly what I pictured the Forsworn drink being. I love it.
Yeah. So I should quickly note again. Every time we do the tarot cards, I have to mention this beautiful deck of cards is what's the name of it? It's the. Sorry, I want to check it. 'cause
Tarot?
No. Oh yes, it's a deck of tarot cards called the Wild Unknown Tarot. Beautiful set of tarot cards donated to me by my friend Dinte back in Sydney. Or not donated, loaned, but they're absolutely beautiful.
Drunk Peter asks, what are we drinking now? Very apt name for asking that question because it's like Red Bull,
Yep.
Aperol,
Yep.
Cola,
Yep.
rum,
Yep.
gin.
Yep.
It's a mess.
It's really
It's a
you don't want to
mess.
be forsworn for this one. We're hitting the Arc 13 where things get really rough.
Easier to say what is in there. That's fair. No milk products yet to coagulate.
Oh, you don't have any milk, do you? Oh.
No, we got some
Bummer.
stuff now.
We also got a $14.99 donation from Eli who says, thanks for doing this. Also, I'm putting the cent amount back to a round number in hopes this spurs some kind of virtuous donation war. So if you guys want to see some Pact RPG stuff, spark a donation war, I suppose.
Yeah.
Cool.